freaks, fans, and friends, it's the Pope of Plastic here for yet another installment of vintage unboxings from Harry's in Norton, Massachusetts. Steve, I say this every week. If Harry's doesn't have it, then you don't need it. If you can't find it at Harry's, then find another hobby. Go do something else. Start collecting rocks, or start collecting petrified animal droppings out in the woods, because I don't know what to tell you. Harry's has it all, and you need to come here.
It can be a little bit of a drive if you're from metropolitan Rhode Island or up near Boston, but it is worth it.
It is worth it's worth it if you're driving from Idaho.
Exactly.
You need to come here. Make a trip of it. We said this before a few videos ago. There's tons of things to see around here. Not only Harry's, but you got the Whaling Museum, you got the Museum of Science, you got the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, you got the RISD Museum down in Providence, you have Newport, you have all these different things around here. So make a trip, bring the family. Your wife will be complaining the whole time, but that's okay. Let her go do her thing. Maybe go shoe shopping or something.
There's plenty to do.
Plenty to do.
Rent some factory outlets.
Rent them factory outfits. You've got the Johnson landfill. You've got...
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And believe it or not,
yeah,
you can take tours of that.
Oh, can you? That'd be terrific. In wintertime, you could ski down it.
It's a good slope.
Anyway, that's not what we're here for today. Today, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Today is a special one. This is a triple whammy. This is a triple whammy. We are going to do an unboxing of 3 models. Now, the cool thing about the 3 models is that they are the exact same model, but in different scales. This is a new thing we're trying out. We call this the special triple whammy vintage unboxing here at Harry's. And one of these scales I built this when I was a kid, another one. These are all, I think these are from the 1970s, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. But this is going to be fun. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going back on the high seas. So make sure you put on your raincoat, and that hat that the mariners wear. Because we're gonna head on out into the 7 seas, and today we are gonna head out on the 7 seas and visit the USS Constitution. I'm sorry. And we're going to start with the smallest of the USS Constitution. Now, Steve, let's see what this is. Revell, ladies and gentlemen.
And they're all 3 are Revell.
All 3 of these are Revell. So this is a really rare thing that I think you find all 3 sizes of the Constitution in all 3 sizes. And this is going to be very interesting. Now we'll get to see if maybe they just scaled up the, but this was before computers, so 3 different scales. They would have to make 3 different sets of molds, which means everything would have to be engraved and built in 3 different sizes. Not like today when you build one model in CAD and then you shrink it down to a 1/72nd scale or a 1/44th scale, or you blow it up to 1/32nd scale. This was done old school. No computers back in this day. Now this one, I built this one, and I remember painting the hull in copper and everything else, and I was really proud of this model. This was one that I was proud of, and I actually rigged it and everything, which for when I was probably built this when I was maybe 12 or 13, and I remember being very, very proud of this. So this was 1979. USS Constitution, not Constipation, old Ironsides. And they have the photography on. I remember this kit. I keep saying this every week, like yesterday. I remember going to the hobby store and seeing all the photographs, and I was like, you know what? I want to build a ship. And sure enough, I did. And I was successful at it.
The cool thing with Revell, it was in all the discount stores. You could find it in a good hardware store, hobby shop, drugstore.
Absolutely. And here we go. We're going to open this bad boy up right now. and take a look. Here's your instruction sheet. Now, I have not looked at this since I built it in 1979, and already it's bringing back memories. I can remember this. Oh, look, I do not remember putting all the cannons, but it comes with all the different cannons. So of course you're going to do those first before you put the hull together. And these instructions look very well done. They're almost like drafting quality, but illustration, I mean, somebody did some serious illustration. Again, this is before computers. So the illustrations on this are very, very well done. And this is it looks to be a very, very detailed model. Here's your anchor. I wonder if it comes with chain. I don't remember if it came with chains or anything for the anchors, but we'll find that out. But the instructions look terrific. All the different masts. And oh, what do we got here? What do we have here? Win a Ford Turbo Mustang with two. Look at that. Look at that. I wonder if we can send that in. I wonder if the
wow.
I had this bike right here. I got this bike for Christmas. The Mongoose is very popular in our neighborhood. And boy, there's some good prizes in here. Steve, we might want to fill that out.
Yeah, when do you have to have it in?
You have to have it in, I'm not sure. When do we have to have it back in? Here are the paper flags.
Oh, May 31st, 1980.
Okay, great. Paper flags, you'd want to redo those for sure. We're going to have the vac formed sails, showing you how to trim all that out, showing you how to do the rigging. I remember this. Boy, do I remember this. And I was very, like I said, I was very proud of this model. So nice instructions. Don't look too difficult, the instructions. Now here's your vac formed. Vac formed, ladies and gentlemen, we've talked about this before, is when you take a sheet of, you have a mold. You have a mold that you make or carve, and this is somebody wants, usually I've done this for windscreens, you know, canopies, things like that. So you make the form out of wood, you know, anything that's a hard material, and you carve it out, and then you take a sheet of really thin plastic, and you put it over it, and it's in a machine that has that seals, okay? And once it seals, it applies heat and vacuum, and once it heats up hot enough, you hit the vacuum, and then the vacuum pulls the plastic over the wood mold. And these are easy to make at home, these vac form machines. You just have to create a good seal, and you can use a home vacuum cleaner. There's a number of different ways to do it. And then it vac forms it down. Once it vac forms it down on the shape, then you release it, you let it cool, and then you get something that looks just like this. So that is what they call vac formed. And this vac formed, it's got the nice texture of the sails, which, you know what this tells me right here, Steve, that they actually use, here's what I'm going to say they did. They carved the shape with these ribs in it. And then they took actual fabric and they put fabric over it, and then they put the plastic over it, then they heated it, then they sucked it down, and that's how you got that fabric texture. Because that's realistic. That's real fabric texture right there. That's how they did it. That's how they did it. You're not going to fool the Pope of plastic. Okay, here we have the molded hull. Oh, and this is nice. It's got all the raised detail for the copper plates. That would make for very, very nice weathering. Again, I don't mind the raised details on a ship model. I think it's very, very realistic. It makes it very easy to paint the individual planks of wood. Let's see what the fit is like on this thing. We're going back to 1979, so... fit is good. Look at that.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and it's got the nice male and female parts. It snaps right in there, so that's nice. Then we've got all our masts. Let's see how this detail is.
When you open these bags, it's like Harold Carter opening up King Tut's tomb.
Exactly. It is like King Tut's tomb. And the detail on the plastic pieces, there is a little flash. There is a little bit of flash on here, but not anything crazy. And look, you even got your little figure here. Who is that? Captain Bligh? He's got his top hat and everything. And then you have, here's your masts. The mast looks pretty good. They've got some injection pen marks, but those look like they're pretty easy to sand out. You got a little bit of, I don't know if that's molded in on purpose, or you might have a little bit of warping, but not too bad. We got our boats here. No detail on the wood on the small dinghies, but not too bad. You could make it look like wood, you know, doing different painting techniques. Then we're going to get into our, wow, this is, what the hell kind of molded system is this? Look at this, Steve. It's like they took it out hot and then just bended it together. So you got two sprues here. Anyway, this is all, I thought maybe this would be flexible plastic. It's, oh, here's all your cannons. See all the cannons? Cannons are molded nicely. So that doesn't, your anchors look good. Oh, and here's the back of the Constitution. See that? That's all molded nicely. You know, if you don't want to do a wood model because they're so hard to do and they take so much time, here are your, what did you call these?
Rat lines.
Rat lines. So rat lines, I would want to do these out of actual cord material instead of the plastic, but hey, you know, I'm sure you can make it look good. They're just going to be too rigid and too straight, you know what I mean? It's going to look like a fence versus the actual rat lines, which would be, you know, bowed. But if you wanted to use these, you'd want to apply a little heat to them, make them sag a little bit, go in and maybe make all the different little ones in here using some heat to sag all the different ropes to make it look realistic. That's where my mind goes if I didn't want to do it in the...
Model Shipways makes templates that in different scales.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, they do. And I love model Shipways, and I hope that I'm going to do a all wood model. In fact, I bought a all wood dinghy kit to practice on. I may have said that before. The deck looks really good. There's no wood detail, it's just the individual planks, which is fine for this scale. Then you have the, again, inside of the dinghy, it does have some injection pen marks. Overall, I say this looks pretty good. You got your rope here, you got your twine, you got your, we're in the middle of filming here. So we got, we just had somebody walk in on us. We have rope and your different line it comes with. So
no chain on this side.
No chain, so I would probably go to a craft store and look for different chain. You can easily find it. I go to my favorite place in Smithfield, Rhode Island, which is Wood Things and Wood Items and More, and she's always got a ton
right
of
on
different...
Route 44.
That's right.
And Route 44.
She is the best. Okay, so this was, what's the scale on this? What was the scale? It doesn't give a scale. But we know it's 15 inches and 15 and 3 1/4, but they don't give a scale. That's weird. Somebody's gonna yell at me. Last time I said we didn't have a scale, I got yelled at by somebody in the chat that, oh, it's up on the top corner of the box. Well, it's not on the corner of the box. I don't know what scale it is.
A lot of old kits that don't have scales, I get on the Scalemates.
Scalemates will tell you. Scalemates is a very good website for that. So now we're going to go up to the next size on here. Now, is there a scale on this one? 22-inch model. Again, they don't seem to, and this is Revell as well. This is the next side up. Now, this box has been in somebody's car when somebody was sleeping on this. When when he was thrown out of the big bedroom because his wife was so sick of him building models. I know you all can relate to this. He got out of the bedroom. He took some of his models, or maybe they were already in his office where he was forced to sleep, and he just, because she wouldn't let him have a bed or anything, he took some of these model kits and he laid them out because they're somewhat soft, and he made a bed out of the USS Constitution and maybe some other boxes, and that's why this looks. And he may have, probably resorted to drinking and wet the bed one night and damaged the box. I can't tell. It's the urine smell has probably been, has probably escaped this after all these years.
Hopefully.
But so this one is, 1969. I was 1 year old. Wow. And look at the other ones that came with it. The Yacht America. I've never seen this kit ever. Have you ever seen this one?
Yes.
And the Cuddy Sark.
Cuddy Sark, it was always popular.
Cuddy Sark was the downfall of many men. And Cuddy Sark was probably another reason this guy was out of the big bedroom and sleeping in the office and urinating on himself, I would think.
Cuddy Sark is named after a Robert Burns poem, the Tam O'Shanter.
Well, there you go. So we got some nice photos of the detail. Now, this is some serious rigging in here. Some serious rigging. So we're going to go up. We're going to look at this. And again, I say this every week. These are available here at Harry's. If you see something you like, you say, hey, the Pope was on, and I just got thrown out of the house, so I'm able to buy something for myself for the first time in many years, And
a lot of hotel rooms have a table that you can use.
I'm able to build at the hotel at the Days Inn, and I'm looking to do something, pass the time away as I'm going through divorce. And Harry will say, "Hey, I've got just the kit for you, and come on down." And Harry always runs a divorce special.
Yes,
and
that's true.
you come on, just come in and say, "Hey, Harry, I heard about the divorce special that the Pope was talking about." And he'll say, "Oh, yes, you're talking about the USS Constitution that I have on the divorce special." And then he'll give you a nice deal on it. And he'll also tell you about the pizza place next door. He says, "Hey, if you need to grab something to eat and take it to the hotel room, right next door, you can get a great submarine sandwich." And the liquor store is right across the street over here. You can go and grab yourself some Cuddy Sark and grab your model.
There you go.
Grab your model and go to the hotel room and have a nice time. Finally, for once in your life, in probably several years, Anyway, so here we go. We got this is the next size up. We don't know what size because they don't say it in here. USS Constitution. This is 1969. Again, let's see how these instructions look. You know what? These instructions look pretty good too. Just from the illustration standpoint, they look good. The very detailed painting instructions, which is always good for somebody who's just starting out. Now we're starting with the deck, and we're putting the cannons on the deck and also the inside. We're seeing a little bit more detail on the inside of this hull than we did on the other one because it's a bigger side. Now I do like this. They're showing you on the sprue what parts that you need for this, which is kind of cool. Look at that. I haven't seen that before in a Revell kit. And you're putting the hull together, you're putting the top of the hull. This is kind of cool, where they're showing you the sprue every time. That is different.
That is neat.
You know what? There's modern model companies should take note of this, because this is a good thing. Because I can't tell you how many times I'm referring back to the front or the back of the instructions to find out where this, because a lot of times I'm trimming parts of plastic off, and sometimes I trim off the sprue number or letter, and I get confused and I can't remember which sprue is which. So I'm like kind of digging through. People watch me on TikTok, watch me do this all the time, and I swear that when I cut apart a sprue, I'm going to put them all in its own baggie, so I know that this is sprue A, sprue B, sprue C, And here, this is great because I could just refer to this as I'm building, and I can say, oh, okay, yeah, I know that these are near the anchors, and I can look for the anchors, and then, you know what I mean? So that's kind of a really cool thing. I like that. That's innovation that they decided to do away with for some reason, Steve. So we got beautiful instructions here. It all looks really nice, nicely drawn. Very detailed in what they're telling you have to do. And yeah, oh, we got another special offer from 1969. No, this is 1970. You can get the old Ironsides record. Listen to the heroic deeds of the legendary USS Constitution. Wow, isn't that cool? Wouldn't that be fun to find this album and have it with the model and play it when people come into? That is really cool. Man, they don't do anything fun like that anymore. All the fun is gone, Steve. The fun's gone. You get the model kit, you build the model kit, and that's it. No fun. No fun. Here's fun. This is what fun used to look like.
And it teaches you a little bit about the ship.
Exactly. Very nice. Instructions look great. Now let's look at the detail on this. Again, we've got beautifully molded copper plates with raised detail. We have plenty of raised detail on the wood planking, which is beautiful. I love that. Very, very nice. I like that. Oh, and even on the inside, this is really good to see. Even though there's some injection pen marks, you can sand those out. But you got wood detail on the inside of the hull as well, which is really cool. Now, once again, oh, this is all together. So, see what the fit. Now, this is the fit system doesn't have the... but looks like it would fit fine. There's a little bit of warp in the back, but I mean that's not bad. We have all the molding of our masts. The cannons are 2 parts on this one. Let's look at the back of the. Sorry about that, Steve. Here, the back of the Constitution. It's about the same. Really nice wood graining that somebody took the time to carve, and that looks really cool.
If you were fancy, you could open these.
Oh, I was just going to say that. I would take those. I would open those all up and then put probably a yellowish, you know, off, not clear, but clear with a little bit of a yellow tint to it. And I would add some light in the background, some flickering LED light to look like it's candlelit, which would look really cool. Again, we have the same exact, except these now have detail, rope detail on the actual, what do you call these things again?
Rat lines.
Rat lines. Again, though, I would warp them. I would go in and I would make them, you know, wavy a little bit using heat, but I would redo these in actual cord. Here's the top. Now they have gone in and done all the wood detail on the top of the hull here, the poop deck. And so, yeah, so there's very nice detailing. I would love to weather this. I could see me doing this and having a really good time weathering that. We've got another bigger mast. We have, again, paper. I hate these things. You can do so much better. Again, we've got more cord. It comes with a cord. You see these in the Ziploc bags, and of course we know this isn't original. What happens is when they get kits in here at Harry's, they meticulously go through the kit, match it up to the instructions, make sure every single thing is there, and if there's any kind of loose or small parts in a lot of the kits, they'll put them in Ziploc bags so you have everything. So, and so be rest assured that that's why they do this, so you're not losing any parts. Now here is, now these wood boats have wood grain detail, which are really nice. We have a damaged part here, but that's easily fixable. We have wood graining on the tops here. We even have wood graining on the cannons. This is really nice looking. Now, I wish they would have done these separately. I don't know why they Boy, they chinced out and didn't do those. Oh, maybe this is in the inside.
That might be on.
That is on the inside of the hull, on the lower portion of the hull. So that's why they did that. So nothing wrong with that. That was great. This is a nice looking model. I'm getting excited about getting back out on the high seas. And but my next big ship build is going to be a all wooden one. When I do my next one of these big sailing ships, it's going to be a wood model. And I look forward to doing that. Okay, now last but not least, Steve, we're going big boys.
Big time.
Big boy scale.
Biggie.
Again, Revell USS Constitution, old iron size. This is the big one.
I think that was 196.
This is the big one. That's all I'm going to say.
I think that was 196 scale.
Big model. What year is this? This is 1974.
Wow.
This one came out 1974. It's got crew figures. Look at all the rigging that you have to do. Now this rigging is molded. I can't wait to look at this. It even has the inside of the galley and everything.
I wonder if it has a Richard Nixon figure.
It might have the Richard Nixon. So here we're going to open this thing up. This scale they had the English man o' war, and again the Cuddy Sark. There you go. Now he didn't sleep on this one because I'll tell you, no married man's wife would have let him buy this kit. This is too expensive. This is only for a dude who's a bachelor, never got married, and could go out and purchase this on his own. Versus this one, which was definitely. So this is almost a pristine kit. Even the box is in very good shape. And look how beautiful the illustration is, Steve. That's a gorgeous one.
Revell had some good illustrators.
They sure shoot and did. Now let's open this bad boy up. Here we go. Vacuum form sail. You know what? I didn't see any sails in the other one.
No.
There was no sails. That might be missing the sails. So you'd have to do it sans the sails or do cloth sails. All right. But this has vacuum formed sails. I just realized that when I opened this one up. Little damage here, but you're going to trim around that so it doesn't affect the sails at all. Now these don't have any fabric texture, which the first one we did had fabric texture. This one does not. I would go with real sails on this. I'm sure you could probably find something that you could do so in actual cloth, and that's what I would do with the other one since they're not in there. Very nice book, old iron sides. A little storybook this is. Look at this with color illustration. Look at this. This is an actual story about the old Ironsides. Look at that. What do you think of that, Steve? This is beautiful. Wow, look at that.
That's an excellent little book.
Yeah, fun. Once again, they don't do this anymore. You're not allowed to have fun. They give you the model kit. That's it. You're on your own. No fun. The fun is building the kit. No little doodads or extras. Anything like that. Nope. Too cheap. So here is, I'm going to say this is probably your rigging guide. Yep, here, and you can make your own rat lines. Look at that. So they're showing you how to do that if you want to make your own. Here's all your rigging instructions, which is nice. They give you the actual to run the thread through. Those are eyes. What are those called? Those are
blocks.
Eye blocks. I think that's what they're called, eye blocks. So here's all your rigging instructions. Very cool. I can tell you that rigging is difficult. It's not the easiest thing to do. You really have to take your time to do it. More sail. Now here's your sail rigging. Look at that. Oh my God, I can see me. Oh. You think I'd get angry on TikTok now, building models. You can see me cussing up a storm on this thing. Oh my Lord. That is pretty cool. And then you're gonna get into more rigging. This thing has got endless amount of rigging to do. We haven't even gotten to the instructions yet. Look at this.
Yep, that's for the sails.
Holy
rigging.
Moses. This might be the rigging for if you don't have the sails up, deployed, or whatever you call it, unfurled. That's what this is. This is the rigging if you decide to do it without the sails.
A lot of people prefer building without sails because you do see all that
You
detail.
see, well, that makes sense. We got 3 big sheets of back formed. And this one's a little damaged, but it didn't affect the sail. So that's good. We got 3 sheets of back form. I'm going to move those over here. Let me get out the big... Oh, here's your instruction sheet. Oh my God, look at, they've already done, oh my God. Well, I'll show you what I'm all excited about here in a second. So here's the USS Constitution. I don't know what the hell that's all about. More paper, this can go right in the garbage. The Revell Modelers Club, we talked about this last week. I was a member of this.
Yep.
You got a free model on your birthday, I'm pretty sure.
And if I remember right, didn't you get a special kit that you could only get?
I think so. Here's your assembly instructions. It looks pretty much like the other instructions. Very well drawn, very well, a lot of detail. Just some the simple rigging for... I mean, this looks like it would be a lot of fun to do. If you don't want to invest the time in doing an actual wood model, this would challenge you. I can tell you right now, just looking at all the different rigging that you have to do is going to be difficult. It is going to be a challenge, not for the faint of heart. This isn't...
I had a customer at another hobby shop that built the hull, did a fantastic job with the paint.
When he saw rigging,
he gave up on the rigging.
He gave up on the rigging. He said, you know what? I've had enough.
He built it as just the hull.
He said, I've had enough. And look at the detail. This is beautifully molded with beautiful wood grain. And as soon as I see this copper plating, in my mind, I think about how I would do this. I would do this in actual copper. I have copper that I would do. It would be painstaking. It would be a pain in the ass, but I would do all of this individually. I would do every single plate individually. And I think at the end you would come, because real copper will tarnish over time. And this, it was, in real life was tarnished. It was a greenish patina. So, I mean, because it was in the water, it was, you know, and it was oxidized. It wasn't made to look pretty. It served a purpose, you know, to protect the hull. And you would get that same look if you used actual copper, which is the way that I would do it.
And there are solutions to treat the copper.
You could just use vinegar. Mm-hmm. Vinegar will tarnish it almost instantly. Now this is a big hull here. This is a big model. I'm not going to sit here and build this for everybody, but it looks, the fit is, I think, would be fine. You're going to have to do a little bit of clamping, but that's a nice sized boat right there, Steve. That's a nice sized ship. That'll look good in your bachelor pad. Look at all the parts here. Look at all the cannons. I'm not going to open all of this up, but I'm going to open just so we can take a look at. This is too much to unpack. But man, look at all the davits. Are these davits? That's what I think these are called.
Oh, these are all the blocks.
The blocks. Look at that. Oh my God.
There's a few sprues worth of blocks.
Oh my Lord. And then you have your cannons. This is really interesting to see a model in 3 sizes, all from the same company. You got your nice wood detail on
these
here.
These are nice because they're separate.
Yeah, they're all separate. Again, there's too many pieces. I'm not going to take this all out because I don't want a chance losing anything. But everything is just really nicely detailed. What did we say this was, 1974?
Yes, Nixon. Just resigning.
Yeah, Nixon's. Here, I'll open this one up because I want to see the boats here. Again, beautiful. This does not have any wood graining on it, but it has the planks. Oh, it has wood graining on the inside, but injection pin marks, so you'd want to sand all of that out. This is a very, and let's look at the masts here. The masts are two-part masts. So you'd want to sand those seams. We have more boats, more wood detail on the inside. You got wood grain up here in the crow's nest, which is very nice. Oh, and here's your figures. Let's look at these other figures. These aren't a whole bunch of figures. I wouldn't say these are the best molded figures in the world, but if you want to throw figures on there, you got them. You know, if you want to get gimmicky. USS Constitution. We got more. You got more. Now all these you don't have to thread yourself. You would just thread the rat lines would go to these. But I wanted you to see this. So we're not going to go over every part of this. There's the back of the USS Constitution. Very nicely detailed. Very nicely detailed. Now look at this mess. Look at these. So you don't have to string these. They come out already. Look at that. That is a cool way to do it. So you don't have to string all of these. That is very, very, very cool. And you get the flex, you know, the flexibleness from, and you gotta, you know what? And if you end up, because you're divorced and all your money's been taken away, Steve, you may get a job at Burger King, and you could use this.
Oh, that'd be
your
perfect.
hairnet.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, so it's dual purpose. So you could already go into Burger King, apply for a job, wear this, and they'll know that you're already ready for.
They know that
business.
you're serious.
Serious, and you're ready for business. You know what I mean? And you go, hey, my wife threw me out. I build models. She can't stand it. She heard I was having fun, and the next thing you know, I was thrown out on the street. But I have my own hairnet that I got from the USS Constitution at Harry's Hobbies. And
would you like fries with it?
And would you like fries with that? Absolutely. Steve,
this is a nice kit.
This is a very nice kit, and I think that you couldn't go wrong with this. But where you're going to go wrong is that you and Bobby on Christmas morning, your grandson, are not going to build this under the Christmas tree. This ain't going to be one that you're going to build under the Christmas tree Christmas morning. It's just not, this is not that type of model. This is the type of model for somebody who has a lot of time on their hands, just got divorced, you know, has already nearly drank themselves to death.
You don't want a cat.
You don't want a cat. This is not the kind of model to have a cat around. This is somebody with a lot of time on their hands that needs to forget about things for a while, because you're going to forget about a lot when you're doing this. You're going to want to focus. You're going to want to focus, or else it's not going to turn out too good for you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a triple whammy of USS Constitutions. I didn't see this coming out of left field today. This is not what I expected today at all, was 3 Constitutions.
That was a patriotic triple feature.
We went 3 Constitutions deep in this episode, and that brings me to tell you this. We have a big model show coming up May 18th at the Elks Lodge in Franklin, Massachusetts, and the lineup is spectacular. It's incredible. Barnum and Bailey is coming out of retirement, and I wasn't supposed to announce this in this video, but it is they're bringing the entire circus to the Franklin Elks Lodge.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be, they're going to bring out the old big top and the cannon, the clowns shooting out of the cannon. Harry is going to be blasted out of the cannon, which is going to be incredible. People are going to be lined up for days to see Harry do his.
What am I going to? Oh no, I'm going to eat a sword.
Yes,
swallow a sword.
Swallow a sword. So you know, it's gonna be absolutely incredible.
Oh, it's gonna be huge.
You need to come down. We're gonna attempt the world's largest elephant ear. We're gonna to deep fry the world's largest elephant ear. So that is gonna be something that you're gonna want to tune into and get a piece of the elephant ear. It is gonna be spectacular, and you're gonna want to come down, not just for the models and the die-cast cars and the model competition and everything else that you can imagine. It's going to absolutely be the most next level model show that you've ever seen in your entire life. We already told you that Mr. Tamiya is going to be there, the embalmed remains of Mr. Tamiya that you can get your pictures taken with. It's going to be fantastic. So you want to come down May 18th at the Franklin's Elks Lodge. I will be there doing a guest judging position, judging models, and we're going to have a great time. Don't worry, I'm not entering in the contest. I'm just going to judge. I don't enter model contests. There's a long story behind that. One day I'll share it with you. Please like and subscribe. If you like these vintage unboxings from Harry's Hobbies here in Norton, Massachusetts, please, it costs you nothing. It costs me gas money, it costs me aggravation, it costs me all sorts of crap to come here and do this for you. The least you can do is hit the subscribe button, share this with your friends, send me a check for $622, and I'll continue making these. If everybody will send me $622, I will be very happy, and I will continue to make these without any complaints whatsoever. $622, and I'll continue doing these. And but seriously, like and subscribe. It costs you nothing. And check me out on my website, thepopoplastic.com. And also, I build live on TikTok, mainly during the weekdays and the evenings around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're getting ready to finish up a Sea King helicopter. I just finished a 1953 Corvette convertible sports car. I've got the John Player Special 112 scale Tamiya F1 car coming up. I've got the 120th Honda F1 car. I'm going to be doing, and then don't forget, here in about a month I will be starting the 132nd scale B24 in actual aluminum, all aluminum panels, and that's going to be something you're going to want to see.
And don't forget the latest Octane.
Magneto magazine. Please go check out the latest issue of Magneto magazine online. You'll see a big article about yours truly.
Excellent story.
And please check that out. Magneto, what a wonderful. In fact, I'm building the Honda Formula One car for the folks at Magneto, and that's what's going to be in the actual print magazine, which is exciting. So. Listen to me. I enjoy doing these for you. I want to continue doing them for you. I just need you to just hit the subscribe and like button, and we'll continue doing these. And remember, you got to come and support Harry's here at Harry's Hobbies in Norton, Massachusetts. That is all for now. I am the Pope, not the Poke. I don't want to be poked. I am the Pope of Plastic. Not live. This is recorded. The Pope of Plastic from Harry's Hobbies.
Well, we're live at the moment.
We're live at the moment. I will be back again next week. I love all of you. Thanks for all the support. See you later, everybody.